Monday, happy Monday.
Wow. Hi,
He
everybody.
was so silly.
It's crazy how we do this. Hold up a second. Because I don't want to, I do not want any crazy to happen today. We not getting no echo.
I don't want to.
All right, cool. So no echo. We do our thing. It's about to go down. Everybody get your seat. Let's go. All right. So I'm seeing how we come out on camera. Let me make sure I get real close to this brother over here because I think what we're doing is my screen is always flipping. I want to get into the video. I'm trying to get in the shot, y'all. I'm trying to get in the shot. Y'all work with me, okay? Make sure I get in the shot.
They know who the important one
Going
in
down.
the show
That's
is.
going down. They see your beautiful face, baby. They see your beautiful face. Ooh, you being cold. That's what's up. That's what's up. Okay.
Excuse me, 1 minute.
It's okay. I got you. So I will do the intros. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Breakfast with the Thomases. Yes. Put it out there. I mean this. Let everybody know this is going down. Have you really experienced? My name is Ruby Thomas. First of all, I want to make sure this is real clear. My name is Ruby Thomas. The gentleman that you saw that was on stage was that's on stage right now is Mr. Thomas. We are Breakfast with the Thomases. We are the founders and owners of P2G Networks, an digital financial literacy education program that has been helping people gain access to the crypto, gold, and silver world assets for people who are living in a meager lifestyle, trying to build out of the problems that are going on in the financial world. So what I'm going to come to you all and say is this is the conversation you want your family and your friends to be on. Don't worry, because if you come to P2G Networks TV, you'll be able to rerun it for them and use it as content. So let's get you all popped up, done in. Let's go. We got some video to show. Mr. Thomas, you want to give some love before we get started?
You. It is happy Monday to you all. Glad to be in the space with you guys. It is going to be an awesome conversation today. And yeah, it's time. It's time for you to talk to all those people who keep saying, no, it's not going to happen. No, it's not going to happen. It's happening. And P2G is bringing it to you so that you can hear and make sense of this all in layman's terms. And I'm just so glad to be here. It is Mental Wellness Monday. And, one of the things that we really talk about, oh, man, you gotta be mentally in it all. You gotta be mentally in it all. And yeah, your wellness, when your finances are messed up, your psyche ain't always on together, right? But I will say this: we are not mental health professionals. If you guys need anything, we do have some resources, and I'm gonna tell you guys right now on the jump: 988. No matter where you are, is the number. 988 is the number wherever you are. So if you feel triggered by any conversation that we have while we're on Breakfast with the Thomases, and you need to call somebody, talk to somebody, if you need something more than that, hit us in the back chat. We may know somebody in the area that you're in, but we are always here to be of assistance. That is it. Assistance. And Rue, the floor is yours. I'm going to pull back.
Okay, and with that, Mr. Thomas, you're going to mute on both platforms. Don't forget. That's how we get our sound straight. All right. So with that, everybody, Grand Rising, welcome. And y'all know this. Look, y'all know I was born in the 80s. I was born in the 70s. So grew up in the 80s. This is my language. This is how we do what we do. So you be here in the conversation for the information. I'm not here for entertainment purposes. I'm here to bring you enlightenment and bring you to the next level. We got to change the conversation in our community so we can change the activity that's happening to us. You have every bit of power in this. And to start with, let's make sure you know how to get to your resources. But first, very first, how about we find out what's going on? Let's do it. And begin.
Exposing one of the biggest lies of
Something massive is breaking right now in the silver market, exposing one of the biggest lies of our financial system and sending a clear warning sign to anyone who is not prepared. Silver blasted past $50 an ounce, hitting a new all-time high of $53.55 during what many are calling an epic short squeeze, the biggest in almost 50 years. But this is not just about prices. This is about the system itself and what it means for what's coming next. See, paper markets, they'll tell us all day that they have enough physical to meet demand. But when demand for the real thing starts to take off, guess what happens? Liquidity crisis. Suddenly, there is not enough supply, exposing the truth about market manipulation, a broken system, and of course, the difference between the real thing and a paper promise, as well as just how quickly everything can change. The media is going to try and tell us that everything's fine. They're already out there spinning a narrative. But at the end of the day, this is just a taste of how quickly things could change. In case you missed it this week, silver hit $53.55 an ounce on Tuesday, about $3 higher than its previous record. But I am not here just to talk about prices, because while those who have been holding silver and waiting for this moment were celebrating, not everyone was so happy, especially not the gatekeepers, the London Bullion Market Association. In fact, this article says that the LBMA is effectively having a seizure, is how it's been described, been reduced to a state of lockup because there is not enough physical silver deliverable into the billions of dollars of spot contracts that have been entered into. The London market has been ruptured to the point of dysfunctionality because there is too small of a supply to satisfy the demand. So what do I mean by that? I mean that there is not enough physical, there's not enough of the real deal for all of these contracts. Now, it is no secret that there is far more paper trading than there is the real thing. This is something I've talked about, many in our industry have before, because essentially this is where that market manipulation comes into play, right? We talk about how prices have been suppressed. How is that possible? Well, it's possible because if you can create multiple contracts on the same piece of physical, right, it's going to look like there is more supply to match the demand, which is fine when the majority of these contracts never end in delivery. If you never have to actually deliver the physical thing, the real deal, the actual silver or gold, then you can, in theory, keep this system running and just keep growing this mountain of contracts. But the second that demand for delivery increases, well, suddenly you're in a pickle because you don't have enough physical. And that is what we're seeing today. But the breakdown, the way that this happened is actually, even in my opinion, beyond market manipulation. This is an actual complete liquidity crisis and breakdown of the system in a way that we really haven't seen before. This tells us two things. First, prices are just getting started. Anyone out there who thinks we're at the top is not paying attention to what's going on. I'm going to talk about the reset in just a second. But first things first, this week, gold crossing $4,200 an ounce, silver breaking a 45-year ceiling. These are big moves that are happening, right? It is telling us that the system that they have been trying to keep this illusion together with super glue and band-aids is finally cracking. The illusion is breaking and we are seeing through it. And as we see through it, guess what? Demand for physical, the real thing, is only going to continue to go up. And it seems like there's plenty of physical until one day there's not, which is exactly what happened this week with silver, right? Leasing costs went up 30 to 100%, or the cost of borrowing silver. These highly leveraged players in this system, they can't survive that. What about what we're seeing with spot versus futures? We're seeing backwardation, or spot price actually higher than futures prices. Now, that is incredibly unusual and rare. Why is that happening? It's happening because the demand for physical right now is so high. People want the real thing. Even though there's normally a premium associated with the future, no, people want physical and they want physical now. In a world where trust is breaking down, trust in fiat currency, trust in central banks, trust across nations and across borders, when trust is breaking down, what can you actually trust? The real deal. Physical gold and silver, right? This, you hold it, you own it. It cannot be printed. It cannot be frozen, right? It cannot be deleted with the push of a button. This is true wealth. This is true power. It has been for thousands of years and will continue to be for thousands more. The global monetary reset is accelerating, and this is the second thing it's telling us, that you need to make sure that you are positioned with physical gold and silver. I have so many people say to me, oh, I have gold and silver. I'm diversified. And I go, oh, really? That's incredible. That's awesome. And then they proceed to tell me about the digital gold and silver that they have, the gold and silver on their bank account screen on their computer, which is great as an investment, but it all comes down to what you're preparing for. Because guess what? Things happen quickly. And this week, all I saw on my timeline online were a bunch of long lines of people panicking, trying to get their hands on the real deal, gold and silver, right? That's what everyone was trying to get their hands on. And when there's a shortage, when there's a squeeze like that, guess what? You're out of luck. If you don't already have it, it's going to be harder to get. It's going to be pricier to get. And I just don't think that's a position that people should be in. If you want to make sure that you're protected, get in a position now with physical, with the real deal. Because I will tell you one thing, those in positions of power, those at the very top, they already understand this. They are already positioned or positioning with physical gold and silver right now as we speak. They know what's coming next. And when I talk about that too, I am talking about taking your fiat currency, your US dollars, and converting it, trading it in for gold and silver, right? Real money. And once you have this, you can do whatever you want. People say, well, what will I do with it? Well, you hold it because this reset is only accelerating, right? The dollar is going to continue to be worth less. Now is not the time to sell this. Now is the time to hold on tight because we are just, again, at the beginning stages of what's coming next. So you trade in your fiat currency, your dollars, for physical gold and silver. And once you have your gold and silver, you hold on tight. And things will get worse, unfortunately, before they get better. And then when you are on the other side of the reset, after the dollar has led to inflation and hyperinflation, then you can convert these back into whatever fiat currency you want, whether it's the dollar or dollar 2.0 or digital, whatever you want, because then you can buy whatever you want with that currency. But for the time being, to protect your wealth, to make sure that you are protected from what's coming next, I cannot recommend enough making sure that you have this in place. And if you already do and you want a second opinion, call us. If you don't, call us. We are a full service physical gold and silver dealer, but we specialize in education, right? That's what I do when I come on here every single day. I'm trying to make sure that we all understand what's really going on.
Are you ready, Mr. Thomas? Are you ready for this? Let's talk about it. And by the way, we want to give our shout out to ITM Trading Platform because they are for sure. All right, now. ITM Trading is for sure an education platform that does provide silver and gold as well. They provide the product, the education, but P2G is one of the platforms that has the same activity, but we are hands-on. We don't sell the product. I don't own a company that sells those. I have access. I made sure that our company did not teach you how to get something that you don't have access to. So what you will see is our partner, the At Cost Metals Company, that we partnered with, and you can get those metals at cost just above the dealer's price. So I'm just trying, actually at the dealer's price is what we get. So I'm really excited not to sit here and tell you about what to buy, but how to protect yourself in what you already know is here and coming. You need education. That's the first thing. How do I buy? These are the things, Mr. Thomas, you know this. These are the things people keep asking me. Well, how do I buy? Where do I start? Ruby, I don't have no money. Well, that's why we practice pennies to gold. We wasn't joking. That's not some kind of some kind of mantra that we just talk about. We actually have classes to teach you how to convert not just your paycheck, but to create enough with it. Create more with what you get paid. I've been teaching people how to give themselves a raise for the last 5 years. Whether you decided to come to class or not, this has been going on. And in this show, You've been being notified that that's happening and where to find it. For some of you guys, you're on stereo. Some of y'all are on Clapper. Some of you are on YouTube or Facebook. What's stopping you from connecting to real people in the real world and saying, let me check this out and see? We had to stop doing this for free. We had to give value to it because for some odd reason, when we did it for free, you all didn't come. So now you guys have tuition. You're joining an organization. You're joining a protected organization that protects you. That's what we're talking about. Don't go. We're not sending you to college so you can learn something to put in your head. We're trying to help you step by step get what you need now. Because as you know, this ain't no joke. They for real running out. And we told you this was happening. This is a finite, not infinite, finite resource that is valued everywhere in the world. Why don't you have some? Why are you not accumulating? But you keep accumulating the stuff they keep printing out like water. This. Let me show you. That thing right there. I'm showing you guys. I'm holding up a silver coin. Yes, I am. An NGC coin, which I got from my brother, who I'm in this beautiful program that helped me save money on my metals and get more of tax-free. Y'all give a call and talk to us. That's like I said, I'm not joking with you. I ain't trying to sell you nothing. I don't have to. You're broke and you're going broker every day because of people that control your money you don't know. But yet you won't come and get to know your sister who's been changing the game for several years in neighborhoods like yours. Brothers that are out there teaching people firsthand how to get this done. Not talking about it, but showing you how to set up your account, put it together, make sure you move your money, make sure this goes through there, and we start looking at different projects, and now we all growing finances together. You ain't got to put nothing in the pot because you work in your pot while I'm working mine. That's pennies to go. That's P2G. That's what we really do in class. And when we say pennies to go, I give y'all every week I'm on here, I give y'all my whole plan, my whole program. I throw it out at y'all. How many of y'all up there using it yet? Anybody take crypto, take pennies or whatever they got in their savings? And I'm going to show y'all something. Look, I am a practice what I preacher. I am holding up my coins. This is my coin collection. I still collect coins. Take them to the bank. Turn this into crypto. Turn that into a financial funnel going up. I learned and I teach how to find interest building, high interest building platforms. Then turn that into my growth. I turn right into gold and silver. Right now, gold is getting a little out of there. So you better catch silver because silver is running out of your control. Silver is running out of our reach. Did y'all realize that? When we started this conversation, and I'm telling y'all right now, go to p2gnetworks.com. P2G Networks TV. If you go to the website, you get in the class. If you go to the p2gnetworks.tv on YouTube, guess what you're going to get? You're going to get a history. And you just take a look at the timeline I told you of how much silver and gold was now, how much silver and gold was now. You're going to see a rapid growth. You're going to go, wait, Miss Ruby. I remember when you said it was $30-something, $30. I was at $29 3 to 4 months ago telling y'all I had bought silver at that time. It's 52 today. Every one of them coins I bought at $30. When I was telling you then, how much did you get? You don't have to wait because it's going up further. As long as our economy keeps driving down, it's going to keep going up. And when it finally plateaus, sit still and hold tight. Don't be spending it. You got to come to class to learn what to do in these tight pinches. You got to come into the space where we're teaching people how to not only prep properly and get your head right, mind your own business, and have something to mind. Why everybody's using this. Mr. T is like, look, when she gonna let me talk? I don't know when she gonna let me talk. Baby, go ahead, do your thing. I get excited. This is my thing, y'all.
Truth be told, I'm holding on to my seat right now because I'm so damn excited sitting over there. I'm like, okay, ooh. Because I know what you're speaking is the truth. You're not misleading everybody. What people need to understand is This is the real deal Holyfield in this program we do. It's the real deal. And you have to be willing to take onto yourself the idea of pennies to gold, because it's not just an idea, it's a lifestyle that we promote a lifestyle in this program. You have to go from little pennies, your paycheck, turn it into a crypto package. Then you go from crypto to gold and silver. And like she said, gold is on the way out. It's to the point where it might be inaccessible unless you give up a whole paycheck every time you go do it. But let me put you this way. The London gold market right now, there's a shortage going on because people are coming back trying to get the physical gold. Everyone who's talking about, well, I got gold and I got this and I got that, but they got it on a paper screen or a digital screen thing that they really haven't. When you're ready for it to come due, how long are you going to have to wait for it? It's the same process like looking at, your 401k. You have a third party managing your funds. And when you need money, you have to write them a note, send them a letter requesting your funds. And they'll tell you, well, it takes this amount of time. They want to charge you interest on your money you already got. And then you're waiting to see if they say yay or nay. Right now, there's no one letting anything go. Everything is like, everyone's butt is tight as can be right now. They're pulling up. The London BNA is trying to get over to China to get gold gold and silver at a premium. I was watching an article last night on YouTube from Fortune magazine that says the LBMA is on the way to China renting space in cargo planes so they can fill the orders that they have. If you're ordering gold and silver places and they tell you got to wait for it, there's a reason why there's a wait, because there's a hold. When we were telling you months ago to get it at 34, matter of fact, let me give you a picture so you understand what we're talking about. Mike Maloney, the former Fed chair, he was the Fed chair back in the 80s, 90s. He said last night I was watching it, he had a show on YouTube called Gold and Silver. He said if you look at today's money, today's silver prices, and you put them back to 1980, it's $54 now. Back in the 80s, it was $12 for an ounce of silver. $12 back in the 80s when he was the Fed chair. So now, I want you to know, check this out. When we told you in the 80s it was 12, we told you not months ago it was $34. It's already flipped on its end. It's darn near 5 times as much it was back in the early 80s. Almost 5, because we're at 54, we're shot. And some of us are picking it up at $60 an ounce, depending on where you go. $60 a coin, depending on where you go. It's real. Understand, the game, there's no game going on. They're realizing that people are calling their contracts in. If you're a trader and you know, and I was on last night looking, paper contracts are less valuable than the physical gold. The paper contracts are less. And there's a 30% premium on contracts of people who are borrowing silver to fill their things up. So don't you think they're going to pass that 30% on to you? It's time. It's time to go get some. And not now. Like we said, we have a company we call ACE or At Cost Metals. We provide access. We don't do it for you. We provide access. That's it. And P2G has always been an access portal for everybody in our neighborhoods to get in where they fit in. Get in where you fit in. And then come to class so you know what to do with it once you get it. And that's the real. And I'm pulling back.
Mr. Thomas, you got to tell me when you coming through. All right, so Grand Rising. I want to say Grand Rising to everybody who's out here doing their thing. All of our friends who are in the financial literacy community, those people y'all think, oh, they just trying to, no, they're trying to teach you that the world has changed and that the finances of what's going on, your finances are changing for a reason. This is not the season to be quiet, put your head in the sand, or in any way act like this ain't happening. It's not going back to normal. It is only going forward. This is not like the pandemic, baby. You thought we haven't gotten back to normal. It has changed forever, and we are forever changed. And for that, I'm so grateful. I want everybody to understand something. You need change. You need change. But more so, you need to prepare for change. That's why we do financial literacy. That's why I promote my brothers out here and my sisters out here who are out here teaching, who have platforms. We're not just P2G, we are P2G networks. We made that a point because in our community, we're suffering from the lack of community, of us being able to educate ourselves out. Y'all don't realize the Black Panthers were dismantled for a reason. They were successful. Black Wall Street happened for a reason. I'm sorry, the fire that happened in Black Wall Street and all those towns happened for a reason. They were successful because they tapped into getting the people in the right mind to get things done, and it worked. Y'all all saw it. You know the history. Why would you have to burn something to the ground if it didn't bother you? If it was inconsequential? Oh, that's just them Black folks. See, we weren't good enough for their stores, so we created our own. And there we made sure our finances built upon itself. We gave each other the kind of knowledge that helped us to continue to grow. Come to class because Black Wall Street is still taking place. We ain't stopped. We just expanded. We got a new network, baby. We got new platforms. We got the blockchain, and ain't nothing burning on the blockchain, y'all, except coins. And that's when we make our coin. Don't get it twisted. There is a they, but you can't acknowledge the they. Otherwise, you slow down. There's no such thing as black and white, so get out of the crayon game. You need to leave that game in the past. I understand everybody want to do for our people, but you don't have a people because you don't even know who you are. I teach this every Sunday. Along with your financial literacy, you have to know your status. You got to know who the hell you are because you think you're somebody. You think this money is something because that's what you've been taught. And that's why you going broke. And we're trying to help you out. The only way out is to get assets. Because you live in an asset debt society. That is where you live. Not in this fantasy place that you say should or would or could and all the emotions that roll. Leave the emotions alone. It's about numbers and contracts. And until you get that straight, you will continue to stop yourself from moving forward. And this is what we got Jay Hayes in the spot. Thank you so much for being on. People, y'all can actually put stuff in the chat. Okay, that's right. We want to know what we're talking about. We're talking about getting that information on the inside. The reason we don't put classes on here, like they said, the revolution will never be televised or streamed. I don't stream my classes for a reason, because they're effective. You get this conversation, you got to come in and take a look, and then you got to feel it. I can't tell you what a miracle feels like. I can't tell you what the sunshine, I can't even explain how the sunshine feel when I wake up in the morning and I ain't worried about the thing y'all worry about all day long. Aging, y'all. Y'all see this, baby? Y'all see, take a look at this. Take a good look at this. I figured out what it was. I keep getting compliments from folks talking about how young I look. Guess what? That comes from not worrying about tomorrow. Because one thing I am not promised is another day. But I do know that today I'm okay. I'm not chasing money. As a matter of fact, what you just heard was my money chasing me right now. That video, that young lady talking about the silver at 52, that just told me I woke up that much richer. Gold and silver, that's my money chasing me. What's chasing you? Because I know it ain't them dollars. Would you like your dollars to start chasing you? You need to change them. That's the secret. The whole secret. You need to learn what you need to change it into so your money starts chasing you. Then you need to learn systems, how to put the systems together. You know what will happen over time? You will do less work for money than work with money will work for you. You will get back your time and your grades will be lesser. My stress is less. The only thing I realize, I am learning to de-stress my body from people, because it's the only thing that started me aging again. When I started getting my financial literacy together and I put this money game together properly, I began to leave the stress of folks alone, because it was about my business and minding it. Y'all need to stop being in the room with the wrong folks that are telling you they're complaining about money, and get in the room where people are making it happen. They're teaching you. And I'm going to just share something for all my gurus out here. Those who know, think they know. Do yourself a favor. Once you think you know you got it, throw that mindset in the trash. Because things change and the world is bigger than you. You need a network of people. I used to have mentor. I now have mentors. I like multiple points of view and different levels of learning in my life. So I will never follow anyone else. I've done this before. You follow one person over a cliff and then go look for another person to follow. People are great, right? They're awesome. But baby, let me tell you, you're amazing. Okay? Who wants to be let up in now? That was you, baby?
That was me. That was me. I was trying to get in here. Trying to get a word in edgewise, because I was like, wow. I want to say, I don't know whether to say you down the rabbit hole or up on the soapbox. I'm not sure which one it is. But let me tell you, there was a guy in the room named Jay Hayes. He said, what are we talking about? We're talking about your money, your assets, your ability to be with what's going on and come out on the other side ahead of the game. Jay, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about you coming from wherever you are, and I don't know where you are even in the world, Jay, and actually being in the conversation of how to manage your own wealth by your own hand. Nobody else's. We're here bringing education and application on a large scale. You know, everybody has these classes where they give you a video and leave you to yourself. Not everybody works that way. Not everyone does it that way. We take a hands-on approach at giving you financial literacy. I said it last week at the end of the show when we were talking. We can bring a horse to water. We can't make you drink. We're showing you the pond in front of you, full with everything you need. But you either don't think you need it, or you ain't tired of where you're at, going back and forth to the same thing over and over, repeating the same amount of thing. When a lot of years back, we did a company called Quickstar. And oh my God, the guy used to tell me, he said, Al, you on furlough again? And I didn't really understand what he was talking about, because I had a 9 to 5, I was grinding, and I was putting a business in between my work. Needless to say, he used to laugh at me like, you keep coming, you ain't doing nothing. Why are you here? You on furlough again? They let you out again. And I'm like, it took me a while to really it took me years to get it. It took me years, because I thought I was doing really good. I had rent was paid, light was paid, house was covered, there was food in the house. I thought it was covered. But there was always an argument around finances, and I didn't understand why there was always arguments around finances. And I'm like, wait a minute, the money is here. But what I didn't understand is there was no wealth there. There was nothing extra. There was just survival. Everything was covered to the letter, and that was it. And you can't live a life in survival mode the whole time. But if you let they control the finances of who you are and the assets of who you are, you will continue to be in that space of surviving or just above broke. That's what job means. And you got to really take a different look at it. I spend most of my day looking at not streamers, but lives about people who are in the financial system game. And how they play the game is completely different than if you were. The game is different. Because they're not looking at what if. They're not looking at what if. They were looking at when I do this, what's going to occur. They're being strategic in the conversation of building whatever they're doing. Because, look, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, even him, they're strategic thinkers. They're not thinking about what if I do this and it doesn't work. They're thinking about what if it does and where do I go now, because I came in at the beginning. Elon Musk is probably the best one that, he played the Doge game on us. He played the Doge game on you. He didn't buy Bitcoin. He bought all the Doge that he could get his hands on and then put a commercial in place to say,
don't be telling my stuff.
Hey, this is the game. Get here. And what a lot of us did, including me, I jumped in on Doge. And when we jumped in, he jumped out. Because he covered his losses. And I want you guys to really understand, this is the game they're playing also in the banks. These are the games they're playing in the bank. If you pay attention now, and I'm saying this, go do the research, go do the Forbes report. It's up now, 8 o'clock in the morning. The Forbes report is on. Major companies are pulling out of private investments. They're going to the public sector. And to cover those shorts, guess where they're going to put those shorts at? Your 401k, your 457, your 403bs. Those are your retirement packages. They're going to sell them to you, those private hedges, to cover the shorts that when the people come out, because they're looking for people to take over. And most managers who are managing these retirements and pensions have no clue what's going on. They just know enough to make sure they get as many people in as possible to cover the shorts so they can get paid. So pay attention. Don't go jumping into anything new that you haven't done the research on. This new hedge thing that opened up that says, oh, you can get in, you get this percentage. If you look at that fund and you find major companies pulling out of it, that's not the fund you want to be in. And that's just because I'm looking and I'm reading and I'm researching and I'm doing the work right now. But the work for everyone right now on the ground, boots on the ground, take your pennies, take your paychecks, get your crypto, get your assets, gold and silver, move into land if you're in that position, but come to class first. Bring your butt to class so you can make the difference, so you understand how those things work in conjunction. Because it does you no good if you have all the tools and you can't put them together. And I'm out.
Boy, I love how you do that. All right. So let's get into it. We are not here to teach you. We're here to share information. You want to come to where teaching takes place, hands-on, you have to come to p2gnetworks.com. Go to p2gnetworks.com, click on the class link, or just click the flyer that's on the bottom, and it'll show you the next class. It's an 8 weeks class, 8 weeks of hands-on, accumulating at the same time as you're learning. First thing you get is wallets. Actually, I'm not even going to lie. Your first lesson is going to be about what we teach about, all the platforms, the history. But get this, the history leads to getting those wallets, but you can't get wallets until you get cyber safety. Too many of y'all ready to jump out there. I am a tech. I'm going to share this with y'all. I'm a tech by trade and training. And in our community, I have a lot of people who have called me after making moves. Some of them after taking my very tech class that told them what to do, what not to do, and they jump right in. I had one young lady, it broke my heart because she was struggling. She's a nurse, a traveling nurse. And she lived hours, and I mean hours. She couldn't even live where her family was. She had to take and get a room in the town that she worked. She had to drive like 3 hours away. So there was no back and forth, especially when y'all know nurses work no less than 12 hours a day. So guys, I need y'all to get this. You have a lifestyle that you are currently living that is seeming to be slipping away, starting to degrade. You're having to make new decisions about lessening the things that you put into your life, how you go, where you go, what you do, what you watch. I just got rid of streamers. I just put everybody on notice. If it hadn't been paid and prepaid, it's dead. That was me. I just put some more money in my bank, in my I should say my online bank, my DeFi bank, my private bank. You know why I say that? I want to make sure y'all understand there's a difference. There's a difference in how I bank and how you bank. There's a difference in what you depend on and what I depend on for finances. And there's a reason for that. Because I learned that there's a whole other system we've been taught to fear by people who are going in full time. The same people you keep trusting, and you're sitting in the dark with your family, hoping that they'll save you. Well, let me tell you something. The jig is up. The truth is out. I have a feeling we're going to have some trouble with this stream at some point, Mr. Thomas, because too much truth is coming out of my mouth and out of your mouth. But I don't care because y'all got the website. And we talk about this every day. Our platform is open. Our links, our share links, our groups are available. Come in, ask questions. Come to the Wednesday. Y'all see you on Wednesday nights in the evening. We have a Q&A that we do. You're welcome to come in, find out what we do, how we do it, and to join. Get your membership. Get started. Our next class is November 6th. There are other classes that are going on during that time. You're going to get started with me, and then you're going to meet my buddies. And that's what I'm really excited about. I'm excited because I have a multitude of partners who teach all kinds of stuff. They teach all kinds of levels, but I'm the sauce in this meal. That is financial literacy. Without someone to put the foundation down, teach you how to move, nothing can move. If I started out teaching people about wallets, but now I can teach you what the wallets can do and what they attach to and what's out there, and research and digital financial literacy is a big area, not just one thing. I'm really excited about the metaverse and what we're doing there with no coding experience. I'm excited about the groups that we're working with. I'm looking forward to the contracts that I've already put in place because that's what you need. You need to be contracted. We need to stop trying to grow together with no connection, with no solid agreements. That's why when you come to P2G, you learn contracts. Ain't that crazy? You come to P2G to learn how to get your life straight and function on a higher level. Because until you understand how real business is built, you're just hustling, and I don't hustle. I teach people to build their life into a business. You must have a strategy. That's why I decided we couldn't just be a one thing. We had to be part of networks, had to be involved, bigger than myself. Because I believe it or not, baby, I don't want to do it all. I don't do it all, and I don't want to do it all because I've got some fantastic people in my network, fantastic programs in my network, fantastic networks in my network, and I can't wait to introduce you to my friends. That's building. That's how we build the land. So if you're interested in coming into something that's real, get to class, come to the Wednesdays. Sunday is also free, by the way. We introduce status correction and what comes with that and the responsibilities that come with it, but also the benefits. Because you can't have one without the other. Free people, hate to tell you this, but what they say, slaves can't own anything. Property can't own property. And try to keep that in mind. Keep that in mind next time you pay taxes on your already paid off car, already paid off mortgage. Keep that in mind. I don't speak so that I can impress you. I speak so that I'm hoping that I'm getting through to you and we can get some movement on what you're dealing with. That's what P2G is about. So I hope you guys come, because Breakfast with the Thomases does this. We do this every week, right? Every week, 3 times a week. Y'all come out, y'all gonna get something different. Little same flavor, but something different. Because we're gonna have to impress in the minds. We have to stay steady and keep doing this. This podcast is 3 years old. I just realized that, Al. We've been here for 3 years. This podcast is 3 years. My business is approximately 6 years old this year, 2019, y'all. P2G ain't a baby no more. It's all grown up. And now people are seeing it for what it is. And I like to shine a light on people who are worth it in our community. I got a brother out here. Y'all see brother out here? This one, Brother Andre Little, is up in the house. Also known as Brother Amir. Brother Amir is in the house. That's a brother that I have known for quite a while, but really got to reconnect with. On another level, we're understanding financial literacy, so we are putting it out. That's a brother that's working out there. If y'all in New Jersey, y'all need to hook up with that brother and find out about his Wednesday nights. Our Wednesday nights are virtual. His Wednesday nights are physical. Get your behind to something. See, this ain't about being selfish. It's not about being, keeping it in ourselves. It's not about someone stealing our stuff. We can't steal knowledge. Knowledge is free. My time is not. I learned that from another one of my mentors. That came from Brother D. Sennett. And if he's watching, I thank you for that. Because I had to remind myself, I'm a business owner. I'm not a hustler. I don't need to hustle for money. There's a plenty. It's in abundance. And we teach you that. We teach you to remember that when the bills get tight. Remember that when things go wrong. Remember, this is never going to be the same all the time. And the more knowledge you have, the more control over how different it is you have. We want you to wake up easy. Because like I said, when it comes to money, I don't worry. I don't wake up worried and stressed. I wake up easy and free. For the first time, and it took a while to realize after that, after I made a commitment to myself and my life, not my family and my husband, but I made a commitment to myself and my life that I would be free financially. All the rest got put in my path, and I've been only benefiting and reaping the benefits of that, which I pass on to you. That's the other way. The only other way for me to reap benefits is if I pass them on. And I don't force nothing on nobody. I share, and if you want to keep going, we go together. Life gets faster. It gets improved. I can't handle your mental wellness. You got to handle it. We have resources. That's what networking is about. That's what community is about. But we are not your salvation. We are your community, so that you build a salvation into yourself. Like my friend says, ain't nobody coming because we already here. Another mentor, Cornell Green, doing his thing. That brother is doing his damn thing out there in the tech world, helping people like you and me have real portals for business, real websites. And he's not a website developer. This brother works out what he creates, helps you work from you become a digital business. Your cake company is a digital business. You know what I'm saying? Because see, I don't have a problem throwing out names, dropping platforms of people, because I'm a part of the community. Who are y'all? Tell me who you are, and I'll be sharing you too. And that's how it works. That's how we grow. That's how we thrive, not just survive. That's how you make it through what's coming. When gold and silver start running out, you should be afraid. You should be very afraid. That is your option out of the current dying financial system. Y'all know that? And you slept on it, but you don't got to sleep today. I already put up the At Cost Metals link, and I'm not, like I said, I ain't afraid to shame to tell you what we helping you get, because until you get yours, I can't help you. There's nothing I can do. What am I supposed to do for you that you won't do for you? Y'all get that? Mr. Thomas, you ready to come on? I see you trying to talk. Let's get you in.
I'm actually just in a space where I see there is nothing anyone can do for anybody. And I said it earlier. No one can save anybody unless they want to be saved. The dog on the porch with the nail is very comfortable howling. He doesn't need to move, and the old man is just rocking in his chair. I want you to get that. If the dog ain't moving off the nail, don't worry about it. He ain't ready. It don't hurt enough. This is a platform for people who want to move. We go fast, but we hold your hand. We walk you through the process. You guys just have to show up at the table. This is why one of the reasons why we came up with Breakfast with the Thomases. This is, you come sit down at the table, have conversations that you don't normally have. You may not have this kind of conversation at your dinner table, talking about what's going on with the finances. One of the things I realized is that most people do not talk about their paycheck with their family. Most people don't talk about that. They're like, oh, well, this is the bills and this is all we talk about. What about how you made the stuff to cover the bills? If you make everyone an active participant in the goal of what you're trying to get to, and you make everyone know where it's coming from, people know what they can do to it. If you leave everyone in the dark and your paycheck is like this big secret, guess what? They don't know how money works. They don't know how money gets made. Growing up, I didn't realize that. I thought, if I went to work and I just gave people what they asked for, I thought that was the way to, hey, they got it, I got it, you got it. No, I did myself, and I did other people a disservice by just giving them money when they asked for it. Because they never got the idea of how I got it. I got it because I had a physical work ethic. I'm learning a mental work ethic now, which is different because I didn't do mental, for lack of a word, I didn't do mental judo when it came to my finances. I did go to work. I need more, go to work more. Now I'm doing financial judo where I have to look, okay, this is doing this. I wanted to do this. What do I got to add to it? What do I need to do? Do I need to be physically into doing this? Do I need to be adjusting the numbers here and making the numbers do more? I need to create more to add more to it. I have to, finances isn't complicated. It's third grade work. The access of going in to do it every day is what causes most headaches, because some people, and me included, are used to having someone else look at the numbers. Someone else looks at the number. You don't need to know the numbers. They need to know the numbers so they can make sure that you get what you need to get. Hello, that is actually the wrong. This is actually the opposite. You need to know your numbers. You need to know what you need to put in there. And then once you know what's in there, then you have to figure out how to get it in there. Not if you can, but how to get it in there. Because that's always a conversation of, yes, I need it, but how do I get it in there? That's the strategic thought process I was telling you about, that Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, even Donald Trump have that strategic mindset, because they don't do anything for no reason. Even if, when you think it's a hindrance to you, there's a longer goal in the process that you should be looking at. What's the end result? Not that what the short-term results may not look as good as you want them to look, but what's the long-term results? And I'll make it even simpler. those of you who have a 25-year career, when you got onto your job, they showed you a bunch of papers that said, fill this 401k out, fill this medical insurance out, fill this union form out. And these are things I know about because I did all of them. I did all 3 of them. My thought process was, okay, I'm going to work 25 years. I'm going to have my 401k. I'm going to get to the end of the line, and my money's going to be solid. I ain't got to worry about it. So I'll have my 401 and my pension locked down in place and senior Social Security. That was the plan. Then I realized, wait, I have a family. I need medical coverage. I ain't got to worry about it. I pay a premium. I pay co-payments. I ain't got to worry about it no more. Someone else is responsible for making it. All I got to do is make sure I stay at work to make sure that my insurance is covered. And then union dues. When stuff go bad and you need somebody to watch your back, you got the union, you know. I found out all that stuff is nonsense. Because you could have done this all on yourself, because there are states that don't have unions and people aren't going through as much headaches. They're dealing with the same nonsense, but they're not dealing with the same headaches. Because they had to create it on their own. You had to create everything on your own because there was no place for you to work from. You just go to work, you create your own insurance, you create your own retirement packages. The wealthy have been doing it for years. They created their own, and they found ways to actually work around it so they didn't have to pay for it. So understand there is something in place that you need to take on for yourself, and it requires you to do, I'm going to say it again, some mental financial judo to kick your own butt to get in the game. Trust me, I'm kicking my butt every day because I have to stay in the judo game to get my finances the way I want them to be. I got to look at it. I got to jump up and say, hey, what am I doing? What's going on? Where is today's dollar sitting at, and why are they there? Are they making money, or do I need to move them somewhere to make a better decision for the results that I said I want to create? Your hedge fund manager, the only decision he's making is whether he wants to tell you to buy or sell so he can get another notch on his belt so he can get paid, because every trade that a hedge fund manager makes, he gets paid on. Every time you do go a buy or sell or broker, whichever you want to call him, every time you do something, he gets paid for it. So that's what I got for you today. It is Breakfast with the Thomases. Oh, we got somebody in the chat. So let me hit this chat up real quick. Miss Shelby.
Peace, love, and light. Everyone have a great day.
Thank you, Miss Shelby, for jumping in there just to say Grand Rising. We always appreciate you. Hold it. Is this Miss Kim? You know we got Miss Kim inside the audience. You want to bring Miss Kim up real quick? We're gonna bring Miss Kim up. Hold
on. Make sure Miss Kim did not ask to come up.
Grand Rising, Grand Rising. I don't know. Let's see.
Mr. Thomas, you're on a show. You might want to remember.
I think we lost her. Don't worry about it. We lost her. But Grand Rising to you all. Thank you for everybody on stereo. Black Casper, Miss Shelby. SRT's been in the space for quite a while. Miss Kim, come back. We'll take a look at you again. And understand this. The life preserver is in your hand. You already got it. And I'm going to slide this over to my partner, the DFL specialist in the building. Miss Ruby, you got the floor.
What? I don't know what VFL is. All right, you're going to have to type that in there and let everybody know what that means, Mr. Thomas. He's making up stuff. Y'all heard him make up some stuff, right? All right, this is what I get to deal with every day. Okay, Mr. Man making up words like Jesse Jackson. All right, now with that, we bring you in the room. but you got to come into the community yourself. You have access through the digital financial literacy onboarding class. You guys have access to this particular stream on YouTube. It's P2G Networks TV. That's all you have to do. Check out. I tell people, don't believe a word we say. Do the research. Take what we say and go check and see if this is true. And I tell you, do a deep dive because you matter. Your life and future matters. It's on the line right now. What you wait for may not be available very soon because others are awakening now before you. They don't need us to awaken. They've been doing the research in their families. Mr. Thomas, you know what? I'm going to just touch on something before we leave. Guys, I want you to think of one thing. When we were talking about, most people. That is not true. Because you have people who are immigrants that come to our country. If you're an American, you are warped. You're basically programmed for the system to take advantage of you. It's ingrained, and you have to start the process of de-washing your brain. I'm not here to brainwash you. I'm here to show you how to do yourself because I had to do it myself. I got my heart broke by the financial system. You got me? But financial literacy helped me recover. I don't have to be heartbroken by people, places, or things, or lack ever again. And no, baby, I didn't have to go to church for that. What I did do, I brought it home. Oh, my DFL. I know what he was talking about. I brought it home. I decided no one else was going to save me. And because I could read and count, that I had everything I needed. And as long as God woke me up this morning, I had all the access. And that's true for every one of you. So the minute you say, I can do this, nothing's in my way but me, and I ain't in my way no more, you can get started, come to class, or come to one of the info sessions and ask questions. Because we're there on Wednesdays. Where are you? The link is on the website, been there since day one. You can get right into the Zoom. And for anyone, if you are on any of these streams, hit me up in the back chat. I'll make it even easier for you. We have a free Telegram group. If you would like, join our Telegram and have conversations. Talk to other students. Talk to people in the community. Because, baby, we ain't giving classes in the community, but we are having conversations that will open your mind and will give you something to run on. You'll see what the results of education, of real education, can do. And with that, it's getting to the top of the hour. I was sharing about the immigrants, and I'll be talking a bit more about that in our professional groups because they have a system that we've got to tap into. We've been brainwashed while they've been learning the real system of America and putting it into action. So if you can't do this by yourself, you better find somebody who can work with you. Start working on your mindset and conversations with others. The more you can communicate, the better and further you will go in life. Y'all get that? I sure hope so. And I hope we gave you guys a little bit of mental wellness today and a little ease. Because the goal of ours is not to scare you to death, because I know the world does it alone. But when we look at the problem, we can come up with resolutions together. And I know that's got to be better than what started this morning. I'll see you guys later. I love you all so much. Y'all know that. And thank you for giving us your time and attention. We truly appreciate you. I'm going to be very honest. If you give me a minute, I have more than enough gratitude for it because your time is worth it. And I find it priceless. I hope you do too. Peace and love from the Thomases.